Welcome to Jeopardy! I'm your host, Isaiah, with our contestants, Angela and Nick. To start off our game today, we'll start out with computational for 100. Find a quadratic function that has x-intercepts -3, 0, and 2/3, 0. Begin. Angela, what did you get?
X squared plus 7/3 x minus 2.
Incorrect. Nick?
3x squared plus 7x minus 6.
You're correct. Let's stay easy and go to conceptual for 100. A 40-inch pendulum swings through an angle of 18 degrees. Find the length of the arc in inches through which the tip of the pendulum swings. Nick, what did you get?
720 inches.
Incorrect. Angela?
12.57 inches.
Correct. Nick, you have to plug it into the arc length equation, which is S equals R theta. So,
His phone fell too. What was it?
Tyler.
Are you kidding?
Nick, what did you get?
720 inches.
Incorrect. Angela.
12.57 inches.
Correct. Nick, what you have to do is plug the 40 inches into your arc length equation for R. And then theta becomes your 18 degrees, and you have to convert to radians, so you multiply by your pi over 180. So you have 40 times pi over 10, which is 4 pi inches, or 12.57. Now, we'll do air and communication for 100. A ladder leans against a brick wall. The foot of the ladder is 6 feet from the wall. The ladder reaches a height of 15 feet on the wall. Find, to the nearest degree, the angle the ladder makes with the wall. Angela.
68 degrees.
Incorrect. Nick?
22 degrees. And I got this because I saw from the wall to the ladder, not the ground to the ladder, which is what I believe Angela did.
That's what I did.
Good job. Back to the board. We'll go ahead and go to error and reasoning for 100. What is the reference angle of 5 pi over 6? Nick.
Negative pi over 6.
Incorrect. Angela?
I got pi over 6.
Correct.
Reference angles always have to be positive. They can't be negative.
Oh.
Good job, Angela. We'll go ahead and move on to random for 100. Find the component form of u and v if the initial point of u is -2, 1, and the terminal point is 4, 6. The initial point of v is 0, -2, and the terminal point of v is 6, 3. Time's up. You guys have to do the problem to get the answer, but u is 6, 5 and v is 6, 5. We'll get a little more challenging and go to computational for 200. Find the unit price that will yield a maximum revenue of the equation RP equals -10 p squared plus 800 p. Nick.
-400.
Incorrect. Angela.
40.
Correct.
Nick, you got the vertex formula wrong. It's supposed to be negative b over 2a.
Good.
Oh.
Good job, Angela. We're going to go ahead and do conceptual for 200. Given tangent equals 2/5 and it's in quadrant 3, find the remaining 5 trigonometric functions. Those are all correct. Angela, remember the easy way to solve for those is to draw your triangle and go step by step. We'll move to error in communication for 200. And we've already done this question. What equation represents y as a function of x? The first equation is 16 minus y to the power of 4. Second equation is 2x minus y minus 3 equals 0. Or your third equation, y equals the square root of 1 minus x. Angela.
It's equation b.
Almost. Nick.
B and C.
See, the question does say what equation, but you got to make sure you solve for all your A, B, and C and not just stop at B. Now, we're almost there. We'll go to error in reasoning for 200. Find the exact value of secant times the arctan of 12/5. Angela, what did you get?
Secant equals 13 over 10.
Incorrect. Nick, what did you get?
Secant equals 13 over 5.
Which is correct. Remember, Angela, when you find the exact value of secant, you can draw your triangle, which helps you to solve for secant because secant equals 1 over cosine. Since you know what cosine is, you can set it equal. Now, we'll go ahead and go to random for 200. Write vector u as a linear combination of their standard unit vectors I and j. U has initial point 3, 4, and terminal point 5, negative 9. Nick.
2i minus 14j.
Incorrect.
2i minus 13j.
Correct. Do you know what Nick did wrong?
You did a mathematical error.
We'll get them next time. We'll move on to computational for 300. Find the exact value of sine 2u using the double angle formula. Angela.
Sine 2u equals 4/5.
Incorrect. Nick.
Sine 2u equals negative 4/5.
Correct. Remember, when you're doing math, don't forget your signs. After computation, we'll go over to conceptual for 300. Use the sum to product formula to write the sum or difference as a product. Angela.
Negative 2 sine of x.
Incorrect. Nick.
Negative 2 sine of x times sine of pi over 6.
Correct. Angela, you remembered your U term, but you forgot your V. Now that we're running out of time, we're going to go ahead and move to your final Jeopardy question. And remember, this one's going to be a little more challenging, so we're going to use a calculus question. Just make sure you remember your partial decomposition that we used in pre-calc. Find the first derivative of x to the 4th plus 2x to the 3rd plus 3x squared plus x. Nick.
4x squared plus 6x plus 6.
Incorrect. Angela.
4x to the third plus 6x to the second plus 6x plus 1.
Correct. Good job. This is Isaiah. The middle there, that's Angela, and on the far right, that's Nick. We're talking about their mistakes they made in their math tests. Your computational errors were mathematical errors. Conceptual errors were when they didn't know exactly what to do. Error in communication, that is when they only did part of the question. Error in reasoning means that their answer doesn't make sense. Isaiah here, he made 20 mistakes total. 6 for computational, 6 for conceptual, 3 were error in communication, and 5 were error in reasoning. Those come out to be your 30%, 30%, 15, and 25% of his total answers. Angela in the middle, she made 8 computational errors, which is 25% of her 32 total. She made 12 conceptual errors, which is 38% of her total. 3 error in communication, which is 9%. And 9 error in reasoning, which is that final 28%. Nick, on the far right, made 67 total errors. 98% of those errors were from the 64 computational errors. His other 4% were 3 conceptual errors, and those are all the errors they made on the math test.